By the way, I love your glasses. They change colors.
They change colors. I can't see without them. Thank you.
This is how I have to wear my glasses inside.
Did I compliment you on your hairstyle?
Alex, we're back. As promised on the last video, we're having Arash here. He has a mortgage brokerage, and we're going to talk about structuring construction, building a house, how it's built, how it's structured, how the money comes, money goes, and how the trades work in here. Coincidentally, I just saw Marvell Homes here. Marvell Homes, one of the greatest builders right now in this area. They have, I've sold their Brooks, Strat Allen. They have a lot of homes on the go, a lot of projects coming for us.
How are you?
Good. Everything
Morning.
okay?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
We're just passing by, so we just wanted
Sure.
to say hi. This is Mr. Hadi from Marvell Homes.
Thank you. Yeah, Homes.
You always give me shit because I forget the S at the end. It's Marvell Homes.
Yeah, Marvel Homes. Yeah, right.
Okay, because multiple homes, as
Oh.
he says. Anyways,
Thank you.
okay, so we'll see you guys.
See
Okay,
you then. Bye.
We said hi to the builders. We're gonna get Arash. We're gonna go inside and talk about the construction, the mortgage aspect of it, the money, how these projects go up. Arash, come by. Let's go inside. He's gonna explain everything to us. Come, guys.
Thank you for having me over, guys. Appreciate it.
Anytime, buddy. Arash, why don't you tell the viewers what you do?
So we own a mortgage company called myterms.ca. Work with the banks, with Alt-A lenders, private lenders, and we do quite a bit of construction financing from the acquisition all the way through erecting the building. So that's really what our cup of tea is these days.
And your company is called
myterms.ca.
.ca.
As in your terms.
Yeah, my terms, not your terms. Okay, it's your terms.ca, my terms. Lot size here is a 40 by 120 backing onto a park. That's the selling feature of this house is the park. There's a pool. There's going to be access to the park from there. They bought it for $1,750,000. And now the construction here, the construction is what's gone up in the market, and the land prices have gone up dramatically as well. This construction is about $2 million to build this kind of house. And that's where he comes in and he does his art of getting the money to go from A to Z.
Question for you, when did they purchase the lot?
They bought it about a year and a half ago.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Year and a half ago. 40 by 120, as I said, backing onto the park. So sometimes when it backs onto a park, they get a bigger square footage on it, right? So because they can get because there's no neighbors, they can get more square footage on it. And that's why this one is a 3450, but an unusual 40 by 120, you get 3,300 square feet.
I like the openness of it.
Oh yeah, it's a modern design. They always hire interior designers. They buy the best for their products, okay? The doors, look, you can see the hinges. The pot lights here are very special pot lights. Like at a normal house, you put a pot light, it's $20 for a pot light to put in. This one, just to patch the pot light is, I believe, $80 to patch it up so it goes flush with the ceiling.
So this is what we call the cookie cutter business, where we get involved from the acquisition side.
Okay.
We make the purchase, we finance the purchasing of the lot, and then finance the construction of them. So this is pretty much standard of what we do day in, day out.
Let me ask you, how much deposit did I have to put? What's the process of it? They buy it, they have to put a certain amount down, and then they go for the construction. How does that, basic, so people understand what's going on, right?
Yeah,
so,
a lot of it has to do with the covenant and the cash flow of the builder.
Okay.
That's number one. The second thing is where you're purchasing. So for instance, in this area, a lot of the homes are livable.
Right.
At the time of the purchase,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So we can secure a residential mortgage from one lender, and also provide them with construction financing with the same lender.
Okay.
But the difference there is that we can reduce the cost of borrowing because your first mortgage is a residential mortgage.
From a lender?
From an Alt-A lender.
Okay.
Most of the charter banks have shied away from construction financing. They just don't have the appetite, nor do they have the manpower that it requires to follow through with it.
And why is that? They need a lot of underwriters, or what is it that they need? They need inspectors. Why is it that they don't want to do it?
It's a long process, and it's a stage of draws
Needs a lot of staffing
included. Yeah, so it requires quite a bit of manpower understanding of it. So for instance, the lots that you're purchasing here are typically around 2 million range,
million,
two,
that's it.
2.5
Yeah, to
million,
make it
right?
easy, yeah.
So we can get about 70 to 75% of that lot value. So that's for the acquisition
So that's-
part.
yeah.
So you put down about 25 to 30% down, right?
Okay,
through an institution.
25%, just to make it easy math, of 2 million is $500,000 they have to put down.
75% of the value of the lot. So that's the amount of money that you can get, a loan that you can get extended.
So they'll have a mortgage for 1.5, they put 500,000 down. So it's part of their investment to the properties. They put 500 down, they have $1.5 million, and then it starts the construction. So even for the construction, they have to have, I believe they have to have some money to start.
With regards to the construction financing, most lenders like to give you either 65 to 70% of the end value,
Okay.
or a higher 70 to 75% of your actual budget, whichever is less. So for instance, what would the end value of something like this
Like
be?
something like $5 million.
5 million. So you'll be able to get around $1.7 million, $1.8 million for the construction
For the
of the project,
construction.
which is not bad. That's pretty
okay.
much a few $100,000 less
Less than the, yeah, because you're
right?
spending over $2 million nowadays with the construction costs going up. You're spending about over $2 million.
Yeah, but don't forget, with you can't borrow any money against your soft costs. You can only
Okay.
borrow against your hard costs. So
costs.
your cost of the plan, your cost
City
of getting
plans
permits,
or
yeah,
permits, yeah.
those are things that you have to come up with on your own.
yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the kitchen. It's got a very funky plan. So you have the family room here. There's a lot of things here. So these things go on the wall. Your TV goes over here. You have the fireplace. So your sitting area will be right over here. And on the other side where the kitchen is, it's a very large kitchen. And they did it very nice. Usually they put appliances here. These guys made it this over here, there's gonna be a division. And so there's gonna be like a bar, a bench type of thing. So this is gonna be a breakfast area here. You have another island on this side. Okay, the island will come here. It's gonna be a very unique design of a kitchen here.
I find that you can get the cost of construction has gone up.
Yeah.
The cost of lot has gone up.
Yes.
Your inventory is low, yes, but I find that the homes that are selling nowadays are the ones, or getting the top dollar, are the ones that are doing things that are more unique than the
Different,
next.
yes.
That are different. So that
100%.
cookie cutter design that some
It doesn't
builders-
work anymore.
It does not
No,
work
people
anymore.
want, because they're paying more, they want something original, something unique. The reason for that is the emergence of Pinterest. You have Instagram, you have YouTube. People look at it and they see the new things, like in California, New York, they see it and they really want to have it because the cost doesn't make that much of a difference. It's
just
you
the
say
taste.
original, the taste. Like people have to be original, people have to be unique. So these guys actually, Marvell Homes spends a lot of money interior designers. So they hire specialists to analyze everything and they get you the unique design that they get.
I find also the end users' taste has increased as well through
'cause they
social
want-
media.
Of course, social
Right?
media is the key. They're on the computer 24/7, especially with COVID. They can't do anything, so they sit on the computer. They browse for something new and nice. So, and you have your reels, your TikToks, and all that. You see all these original stuff, and when you come here, you go, wow, this is what I looked on TV or on my phone, and I want to have it in my house. Speaking of which, don't forget to subscribe, press that like button, and also there's a little bell there. Apparently, if you press it, it would notify you when I have a new video.
One of the things that we also notice on the lending side is that that emotional, positive emotional feeling that it gives the underwriter, as well as to what the finished product is going to look like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that does help us making a bigger case for that individual builder,
Yeah.
to say this is the type of work this builder does.
Actually, what I've seen in the past 5 years, 6 years, is that because these things, the social media is helping, these trades actually have to study what they're doing and they have to work harder to bring the originality. Before it used to be, oh, we can do shaker doors, we put a shaker door
Yeah.
for you and that's it. Now, no, shaker door doesn't work. You have to have the original stuff. So, and these guys, so they have to go to shows, they have to go to trade shows and learn the new things. I guess in your business, same thing. So you have to go to trade shows or whatever it is to get to know the banks, to know people, and get them the money that they want.
That's absolutely right. The lending has become very difficult, even though there's a lot of money available on the street, whether it's through institutions or even through private sources, but it's very tough to get because people are still a little uneasy about the pandemic and they
That's
don't
it.
know what the end of it is going to look
Right.
like, right? So,
Right.
so the stronger the applicant, not just their covenant, but their know-how is crucial to the application when we're dealing with a multi-million-dollar loan through a private source.
The good offices that you work, the mortgage brokers, they have to have their own underwriting department inside, so they can prepare everything for the borrower from prior to going to the lender.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because the most important aspect of our business is the underwriting process.
Yes.
And how articulate you are in packaging a deal.
That's it.
Really, that's the most important. That is the art.
And pulling it through, to being able to pull it through, get it for the.
So that's number one, making sure that you've done all your research, you have a good understanding of your borrower. That's key. And what that does, it allows the lender to give more confidence to your application. So when an application comes in, they're like, you know what, these guys have done their due diligence, their processes sort of organized, they're articulate underwriters, and so again, it has that emotional. Positive thing
you gotta spend money to get your business growing. Okay,
Yeah.
we spend money on a lot of advertising and stuff. That's how we get to sell our houses at a better price and getting people to understand it. These guys have to spend money in the background to do it. They have to work in the background to educate themselves. So there's a lot of money that have to be spent to get you the quality that you get in your hands. By the way, I love your glasses. They change colors.
They change colors.
They change
I can't
colors.
see without them. Thank you.
This is how I have to wear my glasses inside.
Did I compliment you on your hairstyle?
Alright, come upstairs, check it out. I've seen it. You see the paneling, great paneling, and there's lighting going through them. There's wall sconces here, and the skylight, the natural light.
Well, that's a
Alright,
good size.
for me, in a house, I think all my viewers know, I love natural light. So any house that has natural light coming to the house, I love it. Come see the master bedroom. The master bedroom's it's done. So these guys have interior designs, as I said. So they're doing the paneling, they're doing this built-in side tables here. So all the end user needs to do, buy a bed, put it here, and enjoy it. And the fireplace here, it's with the TV on top of it, it's very relaxed. Look at the view here. This is what you have. You don't have no neighbor looking at you. You're in the middle of the city. No neighbor, you have a pool downstairs, you can watch your kids, and there's a door. If you have a dog, you can walk your dog there.
There is a door.
There's a door, they just put it on.
Yeah.
You can go through this door, through the park, walk your dog, and come back.
I like it. I think they've taken advantage of every little square footage. It's not too busy. It's not overdone. I like the open big windows.
They're all, if you notice, floor to ceiling windows everywhere. Every room has floor to ceiling windows. Again, brings you all the natural lights. So windows like these, most builders don't do it. They just buy the normal window and they put it in. Let me ask you a question. When a builder is building, and if they want to spend more and more money on it, how do you guys go about giving the money for these kind of things?
That's a really good point because there's a couple factors in here you have to consider. Number one, you have to do these types of work to be able to get so much more money compared to 2 years ago for the similar product.
Exactly.
Right? Number one. But the number two, you also have to make sure that you keep it within the lines so that the property appraises, because any lending is based on what that appraisal value comes back, right? What the comparables are. So a lot of times I tell our builders that if you're going to go above and beyond what the area can appraise for or sort of support, you got to make sure that you have your own backing to put into the project, because essentially there is a limit as to how much of the cost of a project for this type of a lot will be,
Right. So the point is, like, if they spend $2 million and they get this, but if they want to put gold this, gold that, and if they want to spend 2.5, that 5, actually they have to put it out of their pocket.
Comes out of their
This is the basic language.
Right, and that's the most important part, the part of our business. Sitting down and understanding the type of builder that we're dealing with and the type of projects that they build, what they have built in the past, what they have sold for, where they want to go from here. And then based on that, then we can structure programs for them so that 2/3 of the way you're not stuck short of funds.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest challenge
that's
now, right?
really,
Making sure that you don't run out of money.
That's it.
For some builders, it might be an individual home, but for others, it's 3 or 4 or 5 other homes, and it adds up.
For an end user that's buying a house, okay, what's the comfort level that the lenders are to give the money out, right? So is it like 2.5 to a million, or like when it passes 2 million, it's gonna become impossible for them to get the like? What's the comfort level for the A lender to give, or how does that work?
So our focus is multi-million-dollar transactions.
Okay.
Most of the transactions we do are in the higher level. The appetite for larger mortgages are there by lenders, but one of the challenges that we find is that the person that's coming and buying a $5 or $7 or $10 million home, most likely they're not on a set salary. You know, you have
Right.
so many CEOs,
Yes.
right? But a lot of them are lawyers. A lot of them are doctors. You know, they're business owners and so
Right.
on. And so their income structure is not the same as someone that would be on salary.
Yes.
So that's where we come in now and sort of structure these
Over there, what they own, the assets,
right,
and all
and
that
present
stuff.
their covenant
Okay.
pretty much,
Right,
right?
right.
And that's how we present to the institutions and try
Okay.
to get the most amount of money.
Right.
But for the multi-million-dollar
Like $3-4 million dollars,
you're
forget about it.
typically around six. You need to have about 30 to 40% of the down payment.
Down payment.
For 7, 8, $10 million purchase
So
or
on a,
higher.
let's say on a $4 million house, so 60% of that becomes 6 times 4,
No, we can go up.
$2.4 million. So they get 2.4. So I guess 2.4, $2.5 million.
We can go higher. We can go up to 80% of the
Yes,
purchase.
but I mean, I'm
of-
just talking comfort level because I've seen it, and that's why, like, to your point, I see that somebody who's buying it, they really don't want to go under a big mortgage either.
Yeah.
$3 million mortgage, that's about $12,000 if I'm not wrong,
Yeah,
right?
you're around there.
Just payment, right? Of monthly payments for your mortgage, $12,000. So you got to make 24 to pay $12,000. Plus you have the property tax, you have the carrying costs, you have to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money. So somebody who wants to be in a $4 million house, it's better for them to have a higher deposit. And usually that's what happens, I think. So as you can see, this is a great problem. So this is gonna be a beautiful tub here. The faucets come from the wall. It's all stone around it too. You have the window, so when you sit down here, you can have your wine, and then you can enjoy the view in the back. You have a huge shower here. It's a double shower actually. You have 2 shower heads up there, rain showers. You have a faucet at the bottom. Oh no, actually, that's old school faucet at the bottom. That's for the steamer. They have a steamer in here. So you can sit, relax, and enjoy your shower. And now you come in, from here you come in, you have a huge walk-in closet here. And those pipes up there, Alex, is for the steamer. So the steam unit is gonna go on top there. You have also skylight here as well. High
Very,
ceilings,
yeah,
look, this is great for parties because some people still do parties in the basement. This is great for parties because it's not a basement. This is a walkout basement. Like you're at grade in the back. So there's going to be a barbecue station, the sink over there, and it's going to be a countertop on top there. So when you're on this side, so on this side you sit down, you have your bar over there. There's a sink, there's a barbecue, and this is going to look gorgeous here.
Beautiful. I like the fact that they're doing all these little touches to finish it up because people's home has become their castle.
That's it.
Right?
And also when they're
Entertainment,
paying that kind of money, they
Right.
want a turnkey. They don't want to come back here and think, oh, we have to do this, another 20, 30,000 or whatever it is they have to spend. And who's going to do it? We have to find a trade. Call this guy.
That's right.
This is done, turnkey. You come in, you get the keys, and you can live.
One question: are you finding that a pool is a bigger asset in the past?
It is now, especially in the areas where there's a lot of families. Like
Yes.
in this area, there's a lot of families, like 2-3 kids, and they'd love to have that because
Yeah.
they keep it inside their house. Their friends come into their house. They monitor everything themselves.
My question is, when most of your buyers come to you and they want to buy something, what are some of the things you ask them as far as the mortgage?
First question, like they say, oh, we like this house. I go, how much can you afford? Not afford, but have you been approved for? Like, can you buy a $5 million house? Because I don't want you to see a $5 million house and then you figure out,
Fall in love with it.
yeah, and then $4 million. You can only buy a $4 million house because the bank gives you so much. Then you're stuck because you saw the 5, you don't like the 4 anymore. So from the beginning, go to the bank. Get your approvals. Come to me and say,
Pre-approval,
Reza, we can buy up to $4 million.
On a side note, the pre-approvals that right now that are being issued, they're pretty much are rate locks.
Yeah.
They're not being underwritten in a way that once a live deal comes through, they can go ahead and issue a commitment.
Yeah.
That's a challenge that we're seeing. What we do,
But there's nothing you can do about that.
well, there is. What we do is that we actually underwrite the deal as if it was a live deal.
Okay, when you do the
When
pre-approval.
we're doing the pre-approval, we know exactly which lender is going to take it. We know what the challenges are. We know what the, what the
Yeah,
positives on the applications are. So once a live deal comes in, all we need is the agreement of purchase and sale, and an appraisal and some updated documents.
Okay,
right?
okay, I get
So
it.
that makes it much faster.
More secure for that. They're more comfortable. Like if they go through that process, it's more comfortable for the purchaser they're 100% sure that they can get that.
To that point, most people, there's not a lot of inventory, so people want to take firm deals, the sellers.
Yeah, yes.
I do have to say something though that you may not like.
Yeah.
It should be a law in the country
Yeah.
that you require 3 to 5 days for financing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Even
this is
if
the
you
last time you see Arash on our show.
Unless the borrower has the right to waive it. But that should be the law, because
But
that
no,
could
but
protect.
that's what I mean. That's why they have to go their homework. They have to have everything done in order to come and purchase a house like that. What do you mean, 5 days? If they're responsible for it. If they have done their homework and their due diligence, they don't have to go through
We
this.
can talk about that over wine another day.
Okay. Okay, so we went through the whole house. We explained financing, construction a bit. Construction, I've explained it everywhere, but financing, which was the most important thing today, we explained it from A to Z for people, for builders, for end users. Thanks to Arash. Arash, again, thank you very
Thanks for
much for
having me.
coming.
Appreciate
Okay,
that.
I don't have time to go have some beer afterwards, but next time. Thank you for coming.
Alex, thank you very much.
Okay, guys, again, as I said inside, don't forget to subscribe, like, and press that little bell thing on the side so you get the notifications when the new videos come in. And don't forget, tell your friends, tell your family, just subscribe to this channel. I really need it.